My new series with Aladdin is the Ashleys. The Ashleys, individually and as a group, rule their prep school. They're the three prettiest and most popular seventh-grade girls at Miss Gamble's Preparatory School for Girls. Their supreme leader and the only one who has retained the right to go by Ashley is Ashley Spencer, blonde, beautiful, and so deeply insecure that she made her two other friends, also named Ashley, go by nicknames instead. Ashley Lee, or Lily, is the organization queen. She's got an overpacked schedule and an overachieving personality. Ashley Alioto, or AA, is mellow. She's the captain of the soccer team and an incurable romantic. Lauren Page used to be the biggest loser in the sixth grade. How does she fit into the story, and what is her relationship to the Ashleys? Well, once upon a time, she was overweight with frizzy hair and a scholarship student. She used to take the bus while the Ashleys rode chauffeur-driven Range Rovers. But over the summer, her dad's company, YourTV.com, suddenly went public, and the Pages became gazillionaires overnight. Lauren lost the weight, got a makeover, a hot mystic tan, caramel highlights in her hair, Chanel Spectator pumps, just as cool as the Ashleys. So now she's as hot-looking as the Ashleys themselves. But even if she looks just like them on the outside, she's still Lauren on the inside, and she's got a secret agenda to join and then destroy the Ashleys so that the seventh grade can be a better place to be. I was inspired to write this series by one of my favorite books when I was growing up. It was a little scholastic book called Nothing's Fair in the Fifth Grade, and it was about a group of girls who excluded an unpopular girl. And the unpopular girl thought the popular girls just had so much fun, and she was always really jealous of them. But once she was part of the group, she realized it wasn't that great after all. You know, I liked it so much, I wanted to call the first book of the Ashleys Nothing's Fair in the Seventh Grade, and maybe one of the future Ashleys books will have this title. Anyway, I totally remember how traumatic and awful seventh grade was, and I've been pre-makeover Lauren as well as Queen Bee Ashley Spencer in my school life. So I wanted to write a series that was fun and funny and fast, but also filled with all the usual traumas of being 12 years old and trying to figure out what a real friend is like, how to be a friend, and is it better to be part of the group or not. One of the quotes that opens the Ashleys book is from my favorite movie, Heathers, which also inspired the Ashleys. And in it, Heather Chandler says, "If I wasn't already part of the most popular clique in school, I would want to be part of it." You know, this is something that she tells Veronica. Basically, everybody wants to be popular. You want to be part of the popular clique. And then the other quote is from Groucho Marx. It says, "I don't want to belong to any group that would have me as a member." So it's kind of conflicting emotions that Lauren's feeling. One is she really wants to be part of the popular group, but also, you know, does she really want to be part of the popular group? So throughout the series, this kind of plays out. You know, is it better to be part of the group or an individual? When I'm writing, I do look at what teens are doing a little bit. I like to be up on the trends and see, you know, what people are wearing, what they're doing. You know, there's a lot of texting, a lot of MySpace stuff. So I like to be up on, you know, the technology and the slang and the fashion. But a lot of my work is actually based on my own experiences and my own awkward childhood. I remember my preteen years and teen years so well because they were so painful. The Ashleys is part of, you know, wish fulfillment because it's really fun, and I also know what it's like to have a lot of friends and, you know, have a lot of fun, but, you know, also like kind of those dark those dark times. Although I think the Ashleys is mostly light all the way through. It does have, you know, that sense of being 12 years old and not really knowing, you know, what the right thing to do is, whether, you know, you lose yourself to fit in. And one thing that I always thought doesn't get told as much is that, you know, it's also nice to have friends and it's nice to fit in and belong. You know, we're always told, you know, you want to be yourself, and of course you want to be yourself, but you need to learn how to be social, you know, and that's something that Lauren's kind of learning. She's kind of learning how to fit in. In the book, there's a crucial moment that she totally misreads because she's never really had friends before, and she thinks that she's actually being kicked out of the group, but instead it was actually an acceptance. You know, they were teasing her. And that's something that I also didn't realize, you know, because I was kind of a loner, and when I finally had friends, you know, you just tease each other a lot. And, you know, I was kind of like, what is that? But I realized that's actually part of being affectionate. So that's one of the things Lauren learns is, you know, how to read social cues and social signals. And a lot of the stuff that the Ashleys do, there's one where they call all the boys and to find out, what the boys think of them. So the boys have to rank them 1 to 10 on body, hair, and intelligence and all these silly things. But that's actually something that my friends and I did. We would actually call the boys, and the boys would do this. And somehow we got them to think that this is a really good thing to do. The Ashleys take after me. I never write New Year's resolutions. I write them for other people, suggestions on how to improve themselves. So this year the Ashleys are writing them for some people who really need to resolve their problematic behavior. Ashley Spencer thinks Britney Spears should resolve to learn how to drive. Ashley Lee thinks Paris Hilton should resolve to wear underwear more often. Ashley Alioto thinks Lindsay Lohan should resolve to save her money. And Lauren Page thinks the Ashleys should resolve to work on themselves before they think of other people. I lied. I actually do make resolutions. But I think it's more fun to make them for other people. But every year I always have the same resolution, which is to stop shopping, or at least stop shopping so much. And I think every year I always fail at this, kind of spectacularly. So we shall see whether I will stick to my resolution or not.